Hello, I am Yogini Sunita, and this is Meditation, Yoga, and Stuff podcast. I believe my dharma or my life's purpose is to share my understanding of meditation, yoga, and Ayurveda, holistic healing science of India. I make these amazing wisdoms accessible and adaptable for present times. So let's start.
Hello and welcome to the podcast. Today's topic is optimizing wellness and happiness. And today we are also discussing this in relation to wisdom of yoga, Ayurveda, and meditation. So, what is wellness? Let's start there. So, wellness is basically a holistic term. There are 7 aspects in wellness. The first aspect can be physical aspect, not in a sequence as such, but let's look at 7 aspects of wellness. As we are multi-dimensional beings, our wellness is also obviously is going to be multi-dimensional. So first we are looking at physical wellness, and as I said, we are discussing in relation to the yoga, Ayurveda, and meditation. We're going to tune into like what is physical wellness and why we need that. So, physical wellness is important because we are experiencing this life through our body. We know that we are here on this earth because we have this physical body. And if the physical body, maintaining this physical body is very important. A healthy, happy body will give us a better experience. So when we look at this from yogic point of view, yoga look at our body as again multi-dimensional being. It's not just the physical body, but also we have energetic body, and both health of both of these, our energy body as well as our physical body, is extremely important to move towards our state of ananda or bliss or happiness. And also, we experience enlightenment through our whole being, and our body is very much involved in this experience of enlightenment. And that's why you will see that in wisdom of yoga, healthy body is also very important as well as a healthy mind. Now, how do we achieve that? So, in wisdom of yoga, we have physical postures, which are also known as asana. You can also tune into understanding of Ayurveda, which is basically maintaining your body happy and healthy any way possible. So yoga may not be your way to do start your day, the physical asana practice. But maybe nature walk or jogging is something which you connect with, and it gives you amazing energy, amazing wellness feeling. And this energy you create with this physical movement lasts your whole day. Basically, it feels like you have energy till you hit the pillow at night, and you're able to sleep well as well. The sleep is also part of physical wellness. Now, the sleep cycle, our circadian rhythm, is very important for our physical wellness and our mental, emotional well-being as well. So, as we understand that the value of this rest and sleep is also very important. What else is important? Having the body which has less or no toxins. From the Ayurvedic point of view, the toxins of our digestive waste, the food which is not digested, it's called ama, because it creates a substance according to Ayurveda, which is like a sticky black kind of substance, which if it is too much in excess, it will create illness. So this is understanding of Ayurveda. So we need to have our regular evacuation of bowels. We need to have our whole a system functioning well. All joints, all muscles, our brain, everything needs to function well. Also, balance of acids in our system. So we are chemical. We have lots of chemicals in our system, and what happens that if this fine balance is changed, we actually move towards acidic system, and that is going to create a lot of health issues. So bringing practices which will have that delicate balance of acids in our system. For example, overflow of acid is not good for our system. Our stomach carries acid which digests the food, but overflow of that acid is going to create irritation in the gut. Even sometimes it can create holes in our gut, and it is all impacting our whole being. So tuning into that, how can, if you're acidic, how can you become alkaline, and what practices you can do. And Ayurveda has amazing suggestions for this. If you want to know more, feel free to email me, and I'm happy to help you. I do one-on-one sessions. I'm happy to help you with all these things which I talked about so far, and much more. The beauty of understanding of yoga and Ayurveda and meditation, which look at our whole picture. It's not just one aspect, you know. So we work with what is lacking. For example, if your body has flexibility, then you bring in strength. If your body has strength, then you bring in flexibility. So working with basically yin and yang of our system, understanding that what's happening. So for some people, naturally are born with flexibility, and if they continue stretching their body through yoga, what's really happening is they can stretch their body. Yes, it feels really nice, but also we need to understand that what is the purpose of the practice. So here, people with hyperextending joints need to build muscles which will protect their joints. And if you look at people which has bulky muscles, which they have less flexibility, they need to understand that they need to do practices which will release the muscles and gently lengthen them. Now the muscles will release to your capacity. So you may not be able, go into head to knee pose, and that's okay. But the stretch you're going to get through that physical movement of folding forward or back, slightly bending back, is really optimal for you. So this is what we are using understanding of yoga, Ayurveda to move towards physical wellness. Now let's look at the relaxation side of our system. So we need to have active as well as a rest in our life. The reason for that is that balance is extremely important. If we don't have that, it will impact our physical health. So bringing that balance of rest and movement is important. Now, a lot of time I've seen the clients into this yo-yo of too much activity, then crash and burn. So the body is literally forced to relax. And instead of that, what if we start paying attention or bringing the movements which are prana gaining or energy receiving movement? So this is where the yoga comes into play. So asana practice, when yoga asana or physical practice, when it is done correctly, it is energy gaining. Another example can be nature walk. Nature walk can be very energy gaining as well. So things like that, which will give you physical movement as well as, but it is not taxing your system. It is really giving you energy rather than taking the energy away from you. And then we start noticing that in our system, like, okay, this works really beautifully. Like I have like a long lasting energy. And then at night, it is also very important to sleep on time. We need that rest. We need that rest to recharge our system, and that sleep at night is very valuable. So here we are looking at how can I bring in more rest in our life? How can I have stress release practices? And here the wisdom of yoga again can come to help. Like yoga has amazing relaxation practice, guided relaxation practices. You can do yoga nidra practices. You can do meditation practices. So meditation works really amazing. Even though we are working with mind, it works ultimately for our physical being as well, because our energy body, our physical body is not separate from each other. So this is how these two we can work with our physical body from yogic and ayurvedic point of view. Now, emotional wellness. Once again, it is, you can notice that these are quite intertwined things. So, emotional wellness involves managing and expressing our emotions. So, we live in a culture where expressing emotions is sometimes not allowed, or we don't really know how to show our emotions, because culturally, a lot of time, the emotions are suppressed, and we have seen our generations before us who also don't know how to express their emotions. And so healthy way of and positively expressing our emotions really matter. And it helps when we work with that, when we work with our emotions, and understand that these colorings we have to our thoughts of our with our emotions, we create the stories around it, right? So a lot of stories can happen if we suppress our emotions. And so it is good to have a nice outlet to emotions. And from yogic point of view, observing our emotions can be the key. And how can we do that? We can do that by learning it daily through meditation. So sitting comfortably and observing our what rises in the mind, and becoming that observer, noticing the coloring of our thoughts with emotions, like emotions can paint our thoughts with colors. Noticing that, the more you'll start noticing, you start realizing that some of the emotions are deep seated, and it may take time to release those, but other emotions have this urgency which we need to address. So you can tune into that and see how can you let go of stress of that from our life. Then you can also notice that some emotions are not really helping our relationships. You can notice that talking about our emotions with our loved ones can be really amazing. It enhances our relationship. It also takes us deeper into our relationship. The bond can be very strong. So sharing this emotional communication is very important. And sometimes some emotions we don't even realize where we carry it from, observing that and releasing their hold from our system, because it can be something like a social cultural thing which we carry, and gently letting it go. Now, another side of wellness is social wellness. Here again, it's, as I said, these are all intertwined. So as we tune into our emotions and work with our emotions, we will move our relationship towards positive relationships. And social wellness comes into that as well. So having like-minded people around us, and people who we work with being authentic and truthful in a positive way, noticing what's happening in their life also, and being compassionate can be very valuable. So positive relationship building, friendships which are supportive, and helping community as well. Not just taking the support, but giving support is also really important. On top of this, another thing we can say that another aspect of wellness is intellectual wellness. Now, we have this amazing brain. Our brain actually takes so much energy. There was a research done on chess players that they were losing weight playing chess. And it was because the brain needed so much energy that they were losing weight. So it's amazing, like how much our brain can burn calories. So learning something new is really good for our brain. Engaging into activities which are challenging for your mind is really amazing. Also, we gain a lot of knowledge. There is so much wisdom and knowledge in this world that we can continue learning all our life. So, learning what you love, really, what fires you, what thrives you. Constantly learning is very important. In my life, I try to learn from the best. So I have always invested into learning from best. Also, creativity is such a beautiful gift. Now you may say, oh, I'm not a creative person. I'm talking about not just creating something with your hands. I'm talking also about creative thinking. How, if you're doing some project, how you can bring innovation in that, how you can bring in new aspect into that. So all this is all really good for our intellectual wellness. The biggest, I think, for me is spiritual wellness as well. So this is another aspect of our wellness, which is spiritual wellness. Spirituality is basically our frontal brain, which is curious about purpose of the life, our values, our belief, seeking sense and meaning and fulfillment. All this is spirituality or spiritual wellness, I believe. When I say spirituality, sometimes it can go towards religion. That's not what I'm talking about. For me, spirituality is really something under exploring that deeper connection with the divine. Now, what that divine is for you is very unique. It's your own understanding, and that's okay. But this connection with something which is beyond us, which is more than us, and we know that it exists, we know that it is there. That's why this universe is happening and we are experiencing this universe. So exploring that, exploring our higher purpose, exploring that, through the experiences like meditation, how can we center ourselves and become one with these energies around us, the divine energy. Nature has this amazing energy connecting with that. That is also spiritual experience. So what is spiritual experience is completely, totally in your own understanding. And for me, meditation is spiritual experience. For me, that is very important. And when I sit for meditation, I truly feel that oneness. But it took some time to get into that. And even now, not every day I will sense that, because it is a journey. There is no expectation in meditation. And that's what I love about the spiritual side of meditation. So connection like that is, I think, spiritual wellness. Environmental wellness, as Ayurveda talks about, really environmental wellness is really important in Ayurveda. Here, Ayurveda talks about eating food which are produced on the land where you live. Ayurveda talks about noticing where the food comes from. What does this mean is how Mother Earth was treated. Ayurveda talks about also the seasons. Is your food seasonal? How the food was, the person who was tilling the food, how they were treated. All this is really important. So Ayurveda is really this really have these so many aspects and so much understanding of what's happening around us, our environment. Because if we just start working with ourselves and not really paying attention to the environment around us, and not really care about the wellness of environment, what happens that it basically we are not really looking after our surroundings, and that will also create energy, because we are this being which is made out of energy, and everything is made out of energy. So that impact on the environment is going to impact us eventually. So whatever is happening around us, we need to pay attention to that, play active role into helping the environment. And this is going to ultimately help us as well as the coming generation. So this is going to help the humanity. So protecting environment, protecting our surroundings from any harm is, I believe that that's environmental wellness. Occupational wellness, now this is extremely important to understand that the work environment where we work should be thriving, should be supportive, should involve satisfaction and meaning in your work. What if you find work which is your dharma or your life's purpose? That is wonderful, isn't it? Now, you may say that I don't know what I want, and that's okay. We are experimenting what sparks joy in you. We are experimenting what is the joyous thing in your life. We are experimenting what gives you energy, what makes you thrive, what makes you wake up in the morning and go to your work, rather than thinking that, oh, it's Monday, I don't want to go, or I hate working. And I know that sometimes we have to explore different options and go through these experiences of understanding that what really doesn't work for us. I'll give you my own example. I had done masters in computers, and I love creative side of programming. And I was so fired up in my job that, okay, I would love to experience that. But then I went into the corporate world and I realized that it is not what it seems. I was working in a department where the boss was quite controlling. There was no creative freedom. And noticing that there was no joy there, I changed that job. I work with other place and similar experience. Here, boss was better, but still there was a lot of confinement in a way. And I did not like to sit in that box. So eventually, I realized that corporate world is not for me. And I decided to let it go, because what was sparking joy in myself was wisdom of yoga, Ayurveda, and meditation. And I decided to share that. Now, when I wake up, I'm so happy to share this experience with the world. And this is something I love to do. And I truly believe that this wisdom is going to make positive impact on the world, and it is also giving me tremendous joy. It is also giving me opportunity to meet amazing people in this world. So I truly believe that occupational wellness through different experiences, what really works for you, finding what really works and finding joy in what you're doing is very important. So this satisfaction and meaning and purpose of our life, it's really taking time to really explore that what really works for you. And the thing is, with the purpose, that no one else can tell us that this is your life's purpose. We have to find what really works for us. So really tuning into what works for you. So, all these different aspects of wellness, I think we discussed 7 aspects of wellness, are really important for our optimal health. So, optimal health is not just one layer. Optimal health is multidimensional as well. As I said a couple of weeks ago, that there is something new brewing. I am moving towards changing the little bit model how I'm teaching the model of that. The reason for this change is after listening to my clients, also understanding that not everyone is interested in yoga teacher trainings or meditation teacher training or Ayurveda teacher training, but you want to bring this wisdom into your life. And so I was exploring concept that how can I help you to do that, and taking feedbacks from my clients, listening to what they want, listening to what is important to them. I am developing a wellness program which will help everyone, even if you don't want to do yoga teacher training or meditation teacher training or Ayurveda teacher training, but you want to bring these practices in your life, you can still do this through the wellness business. So I had taken business name called the Wellness Business. And the reason for that is I would love to work with people who want to move towards their optimal health. So there are a lot of amazing ideas which I always wanted to bring them together, but I think this is time now in my life to bring wellness into people's life, make it accessible, and help people with this amazing wisdom of yoga, Ayurveda, meditation, and more. I have so many years of experience, like what works, what doesn't work. I also understand that these systems of yoga, Ayurveda, meditation are again and again tested and proven that they work. So, no matter what health condition you have, or no matter what's happening in your life, these practices will help. And I have personally gone through so many experiences from health point of view, from wellness point of view, from emotional, mental, physical, all these experiences. And what helped me is yoga, Ayurveda, and meditation. And I want to share that even deeply with people. Give experiences like having this every day in your life, how it feels, because a lot of time people don't even know that there is a way to there is this way of living which is living with optimal health, peace, happiness, compassion. So this is what's happening in the wellness business. So Sunita Yoga is going to move into wellness business. That's happening soon. If you're listening this podcast, maybe it has already happened. But hang in there. If you click on Sunita Yoga, you can still go to the wellness business. Thank you for joining me today. I really hope that this podcast is valuable for you, helpful for you. It gives you understanding of wisdom of yoga, Ayurveda, meditation, Sanskrit. If you can go back to and listen to the topics I have shared. If you want to listen to any new topic, I'm here. Let me know. Email me through the website and I'm happy to chat. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. Bye for now.
Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate that you're taking this time out of your day. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Bye for now.